Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Throwing Jones. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit Ball pops out, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jonathan Hankins. Able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Here's Jones. Off play action.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there.
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Johnson looking to impress early on with an eye toward more carries as the Lions come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Ready? Tag 50.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Third and long, it's Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's complete right side to Benjamin. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Jones on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll hand it off now. Johnson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the 50, Stafford steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Big 20, big 20. 21.
They run. It's Johnson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
Stafford now to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Big 20, big 20.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Desmond King making the tackle. The completion on first didn't get much. Another run. Second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Stafford on first down. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Stafford. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go to Johnson again. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to let one fly. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Rivers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
He dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, it's Johnson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. And Tate's got it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 73 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Gordon here on first down. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
Rivers going underneath for Gordon. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll throw again. Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd and 10, Stafford dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Returning, it's Benjamin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first down throw here for Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
A good pickup there, of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. First down, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
11. And middle.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Lions on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jonathan Hankins in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Sam Martin now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Chargers. Extra point splits the uprights, and it makes the score 21-10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run it with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They try the left side with Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on.